Speed.
Hello everyone and welcome to another Speed Paint. I know last week that I said to expect a short this week from me, but then I was having so much fun. I animated this on Saturday, like the whole day Saturday. I took 12 hours for it and I wanted to record some of it. I recorded this part with the Clip Studio Paint recording feature, and then for when I do line art and coloring and stuff, since you need to kind of zoom in for that a lot more, I use my OBS recording. So I was just kind of having a great time doing it. I mean, I was kind of dying halfway through. I was like, oh my gosh, I want this to be done already. There's too many frames. But in the end, it was super fun and I really enjoy the outcome of it. If you don't know what this is my recent video called Me When I Animate My OCs, because the characters are all like excited and jumping and happy and all that stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I'm so happy when I animate my OCs. Except half the time I'm like kind of dying because I do overwork myself. Straight up on Saturday, I like very much overworked myself, but it was so fun. So I'm still happy with how it came out and everything. I did stay up way later than I wanted to when I was doing this, but in the end, I think the video came out really fun. The video was from a TikTok that I was seeing going around. The meme was sort of like this anime girl jumping, and there would be text being like, me after I do this thing that should be awful or something like that. A funny thing that I also didn't realize was, so I finished this on Saturday, and then on Sunday when I posted it, I forgot that I had scheduled a different short. So I posted this video as both a video and a short, and then I also posted one of my speed paints as a short on the same Sunday, and I did not mean to do that. They ended up doing as fine as they would have, but I was just like, oops, I should have saved that for a different day, but it's fine. So something I was thinking at the start here was, before these character traits came in, they were just kind of blank sketches. That's because I did not know who I was going to animate for this. I was trying to think. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, so there's 3 characters. I could make it Jaden, Em, and Amy. And if you don't know who those are, they are from my old OC project called Jaden Unshaken. I have redesigns of them for their new stuff and their new world and everything like that, but I haven't super animated them that much. So I decided not to do those characters for this animation because it just did not quite feel perfect for them, like each pose. I don't know, something about it, I was like, I wanna animate some different OCs for this. Then I was also thinking about my Diamond Water OCs with, Dimey, Garrick, Darren, and Zircon. But there's 4 characters, and I would be so sad if one was left out. And that one person being left out would probably be Zircon, because I can't really see him doing like a cute movement like this. I mean, he probably would if Dimey asked him to, but don't tell him I said that. Anyway, so I was like, I can't use those characters because I'll be sad if I can't use one. Then lastly, I was thinking of this one trio that I have, and I was like, well, I could do Robbie, Theo, and Dimey. That would be really fun. All 3 transmasc OCs, and all gender non-conforming, because that is the same as me. Transmasc gender non-conforming, and I need to have OCs that are like me, because I just need to have that for the good of my little brain. I kind of grouped them together for like fun pictures and stuff like that, but never story driven. So that's why I was like kind of holding back. I was like, nobody knows who Robbie is. Like I don't think I've ever drawn him for this account. And Robbie doesn't really interact with either of them either, but I kind of just love all 3 of them so much. And I was thinking, well, you know what? I just want to have a fun time with this. I might as well animate some of the characters that I love so deeply. So I decided, I think I'm going to do that. Even though it doesn't technically make sense story-wise, it does make sense love-wise. So if you're not familiar with each of these characters, I mean, I really don't blame you for Robbie, because I think the only time I've drawn him has been for my commission sheet on Twitter, so I think I'll tell you about all of them. So the first character that first comes up in the video, I've had him since I think around 2013. Yes, he is an old character. He used to be the main character of a webcomic that I had going. It had like 300 pages. Over time, there was a lot of people who really enjoyed him and his whole gang of characters. He wasn't a bunny boy at the time. He was just a regular human, but yeah, so that's what he's from. And 10 years later, this is me using him, but I totally redesigned him. I mean, I say totally, but basically the only things that are different are he now has heterochromia and bunny ears, and also I really revamped his personality. The character that I like for Robbie nowadays is like, oh, he's kind of cute, a little airheaded and clumsy and stuff like that. Robbie back then was just he was a fully fledged out character who had a lot of sass to him and was in such a way where I was like, I kind of want to redo his personality because I'm not enjoying it anymore. It's been 10 years. I don't really enjoy that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is sometimes he was kind of mean and selfish, which is a normal thing to be, but maybe I just don't have fun with that anymore. Also, a lot of the storylines that were originally in his comic and some of the characters I've also dropped, where I'm just like, I don't enjoy those anymore. I don't enjoy all the drama anymore. So let me just leave that in the past. He has a new best friend now who is not toxic. Anyway, so that is Robbie at the start. I would love to draw him more for, YouTube and everything. Anyway, so next up is Theo. You guys probably know of him if you've watched any of my videos. He's a nice, sweet, and smart person who cares a lot about people, and he is very existential, has a lot of anxiety, all that. And then lastly, the character that pops up is Daimi, the quote-unquote main character of my story, Diamond Water. I say quote-unquote, but I guess he just is. I just meant that the whole Diamond Water world is so vast that I'm just like, well, there's a lot of characters I would love to focus on. But yeah, these are all their Diamond Water versions of themselves. Of course, Daimi here is animated in his, later outfit because, again, as I said in an old video, that is the outfit that is his, peak design, so I kind of just love to draw him in it. But Robbie and Theo, those are definitely, the early design Diamond Water stuff. They're in it and they go to the same magic college that Daimi does, but I would say it's hard for me to justify kind of trying to focus on Robbie at all. For Theo, it's he's definitely there and he definitely will become a prominent part of the story, but he's just not the main character, So it's just hard to kind of juggle my thoughts and feelings about how I want to depict these three, because I would love, honestly, as I was doing this, I was like, man, I would love to make a lighthearted little series where these three are the main characters, where it's not story or plot driven for the Diamond Water stuff, but it's just them being a little team and doing cute little stuff, maybe going on little adventures, because I realized they kind of make a balanced team, because Daimi is a fighter type of character. He's a barbarian in D&D. He uses a scimitar and is pretty tough. He does a lot of sparring and stuff like that. So he's sort of the close range fighter type of character. And he also has long range, but he's not very good at it yet. It's the ice power that he has. Anyway, with Robbie, he's a mage. He is basically a wizard, if I ever made him in D&D. He kind of specializes in portals and stuff, and the reason that is because I made him a bunny boy, so I thought, oh, bunnies come out of hats for a magic hat. That's kind of a portal, right? Or a teleporting thing. I thought that it would be fun for him. He has this pink bag that he has. It's a magic item. It's basically a bag of holding in D&D, if you know what that is, but in my story it's well, it's a bag of holding, but it's unique. It's the only one because he kind of made it in the college classes. That's his unique magical item that he made for the class. Not that it's the only one in existence, it's just that one is the only one in the main cast, I guess you could say. Anyway, so he has a bag that he basically uses, if you don't know what a bag of holding is, it's basically a bottomless bag. I don't know how to explain it, but basically it can hold a lot more than it looks like. But anyway, so that's my thoughts on him, is he's kind of a wizard type. If I wanted to do a fully rounded team, I would have him do more spells than just the teleporting, portal, and summoning stuff. He does that. He's very much a weak wizard sort of character, so he would not be on front lines of any sort of thing. And then there's Theo, Theo can conjure a shield with his special magic charm that he has in my world. He can also shoot bow and arrow, so he's a long range. And then he can also do healing, so he kind of could, if I wanted to, again, round out this team, I could give him more, buffing sort of abilities. I feel it would kind of round it out. So that's why I was looking at these three and being wow, it would be so nice if I just dropped everything that I had for Diamond Water and I just completely made something new. But not that I'm working on anything right now. I mean, I sort of am, but at the same time I'm not really. So I totally could just randomly make this something random with these three, and I feel it would be a lot of fun because I do love all three of them so much. But I don't know, it's hard to say, especially if you have been listening / watching these videos lately, I am working on a pretty big project right now. It is available on my Patreon. There's a Discord link for those who join. It's like a totally private thing. Big secret, big project that I've been working on for over a year and a half now. So it's like hard to say if I would want to jump into making another thing right now, at least. Maybe when this other thing is done, but we'll see. Which, by the way, I did want to say thank you again for those who checked that out. That was very nice, and I do super appreciate it. And speaking of supporting in this sort of way, thank you those who have been commenting, liking, and subscribing. I have really been enjoying your comments. It's been like kind of some years since I've really interacted in the comments section, since I haven't been posting very much content in the past years, since, I've been busy with freelance artwork, so I couldn't really work on my YouTube stuff for fun. But, I'm trying to revive the channel for the project that I have, so I'm trying to do it again. And speaking of that, I know I said last week I was feeling a little bit burnt out and that I should alternate between weeks of posting a video and posting a short, but something about it just felt like a little bit empty. I don't know, just if you don't see that I post something on Friday, then you might want to check my shorts and there might be something there. But I feel like I want to try to keep going and posting videos on Friday, like official videos like this. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to keep trying as long as I can. But if I can't, then, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. Anyway, yeah, so that was this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I work on animations. And thank you so much for watching the official video, which I will have linked, I think, in the end card. I just love how this video came out, so I appreciate any reactions to it. Speaking of end cards, I've been wanting to remake my opening thing and my end card for like years now. I just haven't gotten the chance or the thoughts of like what I should make them. I'll have to think about that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.